So, you're dreaming of becoming a flight attendant. You've probably spent hours practicing your interview answers. You've picked out that perfect outfit, but what if I told you the single biggest reason most people fail has absolutely nothing to do with any of that? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that one critical mistake. It's a question that can drive you crazy, right? You've practiced your smile, you've memorized the airline's values, you feel totally prepared, and then nothing. You get that dreaded rejection email. So what on earth went wrong? Well, it turns out the answer is often hiding in plain sight. All right, let's get right to the heart of it. This isn't about how much experience you have, what you look like, or even how friendly you come across. The number one reason for failure is something else entirely, a skill that airlines value above almost everything else. And there it is, poor communication. I know, it sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But this is the silent deal breaker. This is what gets so many great candidates rejected without them ever really knowing why. Our source on this is super direct about it. Poor communication is the main reason people fail. But that just brings up another question, right? What does poor communication actually mean in the context of an airline interview? Because believe me, it is so much more than just speaking clearly. See, when an airline says they're looking for good communication, they're not just checking your vocabulary. Nope, they are looking for a very specific type of skill that is absolutely essential for keeping everyone safe in a really high-pressure environment. The difference here is just night and day. Poor communication, that's being vague, kind of passive, and really avoiding calling out a problem directly. What airlines are desperate to see is the complete opposite. They want someone who is specific, direct, and this is the most important part, someone who isn't afraid to raise issues. So why is this so incredibly critical? Well, because being a flight attendant isn't just about serving coffee and helping with bags. We all know that. The real core of the job is safety. We have to completely shift our focus to the most serious part of the role. What happens in an in-flight emergency? And this question just cuts right to the chase. I mean, think about it. If an interviewer gets even a hint that you're hesitant to speak up, to be direct, to point out that something isn't right, how can they possibly trust you when actual lives are on the line? In an emergency, everything relies on a simple chain of events. It all starts with someone observing a potential problem. But you know what? Observing something is totally useless without step 2, communicating that issue clearly. Without that crucial link, the pilots can't give instructions and the crew can't take action. If communication fails, the entire safety chain just breaks. So when you boil it all down, the entire interview process, from the group exercises to the one-on-one questions, it is all designed to answer one single question about you. Look, being friendly and personable, that's the baseline. It's just expected. But the real goal, what the interviewer is really trying to figure out, is if you are trustworthy. Can they rely on you to not just follow the rules, but to be an active part of the safety system? Can they trust you to speak up when something is wrong? Ultimately, this is the one question your entire interview performance needs to answer. Beyond the polished shoes and the perfect answers, it all comes down to this. Because proving you can communicate clearly isn't just some interview trick.